Good day, everyone. So, on our previous lesson last first quarter, we have discussed what is personal finance and what is public finance. But this time, forget what you know about personal finance and forget what you know about public finance because today we are going to dive deeper into personal finance. Just like on our previous activities last quarter, I have asked you guys what are the examples or what are some of your examples in relation to personal finance. Some of you included personal savings, savings in their wallet, on their digital banks, or on or electricity bills and water bills. And some of you also shared their daily allocation of daily expenses or their daily budgets. Since you are currently grade 12 students, the next phase of your life is going to be in college. And after that, you will soon have work or even have a business. So by that time, there will be responsibilities, there will be obligations to consider. That's why I placed personal finance as our topic for the last stretch of the first set. So our learning objectives for today is number one, define personal finance. Number two, demonstrate how financial needs, sources, and goals develop in an individual's life. And number three, develop personal financial goals and actions. So let's define what is personal finance. So personal finance is about managing your personal and family's money. It is directed towards achieving financial goals and ensuring stability, and it also involves making informed decisions about earning, spending, saving, investing, and protecting money. And actually, finance is a very broad concept. In fact, kasama dyan yung budgeting where you track your income and expenses. Kasama dyan yung saving where you save for your future needs such as emergencies, education, or retirement. Kasama din dyan yung investing where you put your money into assets like stocks, bonds, real estate. Kasama din, of course, yung debt management. It's about handling loans or credit responsibility. And then kasama rin yung insurance and risk management. It's about protecting yourself and your family from financial losses. And of course, retirement planning. It's ensuring that you have sufficient funds to maintain your desired lifestyle after you stop working. Now let's proceed to the five areas of personal finance. Number one is earning. Number two is spending. Number three is savings. Number four is investing. And number five, protection. First area of personal finance is earning. So earning is a primary need in personal finance. It refers to an individual's cash inflow, financial resource, or source of funds. So inuna siya in the areas of personal finance because it is the foundation. It actually refers to the money an individual receives from various sources. That's why it's the starting point for all financial activities because you cannot invest or you cannot save money if you don't earn first. So that is going to be our first area of personal finance, which is earning, right? And what are some sources of earning? Number one is salary. This is the regular income from your employment. Additionally, meron din tayong mga bonuses. These are the extra income tied to performance or company profits. Or some of you guys might know this as incentives. These are actually the rewards for achieving specific goals or targets or yung mga additional na binibigay ng mga company if you are doing good or if you are doing a very um, like excellent job on your specific duty or assignment. And then we also have pension. Pension is actually the regular income after you guys retire. So typically it is from a pension fund or from a government support. Now let's take a look at this example to see how earning is applied in a real life scenario. So as you can see in the picture, Ninang or Brian Boy is actually posted there on the left side. So let me read the scenario. Brian is a senior high school graduate who recently started working part-time as a cashier at a grocery store. So she earns 12,000 a month and uses it for her daily expenditures like transportation, goods, and future school fees. So like I said a while ago, one of the examples of the sources of earning is the salary. So since Brian is actually working part-time as a cashier in a grocery store, she earns 12,000 a month. So since hindi niya pa ini-invest or hindi niya pa sinisave yung money na yon, we can call this scenario as earn. Now let's proceed with the next one, which is spending. So spending is the act of using money to pay for products and services. So of course, after you guys earn money, you guys have to spend it. So if earning represents cash inflow, spending represents cash outflows from an individual's financial resources. Possible ba na hindi natin gamitin or i-integrate yung spending sa daily lives natin? The answer is no. Because we human beings have to meet basic human needs and we also want to fulfill our basic wants that requires spending. So it could be involving money that you pay for necessities such as food, housing, transportation, as well as discretionary items like entertainment or luxury goods. Now, how is spending applied in a real life scenario? So let me read the example. So Anya Marks is a college student who recently received 5,000 as a birthday gift from her classmate. So she decides to use part of the money to buy school essentials such as notebooks and pens, which cost her 1,000 pesos. She also spends 1,500 on a new pair of shoes for her school uniform. The remaining 2,500 is set aside for snacks and small personal expenses for the next few weeks. So this real life scenario actually demonstrates spending as Anya, or the one in the example, uses her money to pay for products like school supplies and shoes and also snacks. So in summary, that is how spending works in real life, and spending is a natural and necessary part of life, but also managing it effectively is critical for financial stability and success. Now, third one is savings. In the example I provided a while back, after Anya Mark spends a portion of her money, she actually saved a part or a portion of the 5,000 pesos to save. But before we dive into another real life scenario, let us first define what savings is. So savings is any cash left from your income after spending. So it is the money you set aside for future use. 'Di ba tayo when we receive our daily allowances or even sometimes yung mga binibigay sa atin na bonus ng mga parents, gano'n, or mga gifts, 'di ba hindi naman natin siya ini-spend lahat. We sometimes save a little bit or a portion of the amount in order to save a certain amount for future use. This can be for emergencies, for specific goals, like kunwari may kailangan kayong bilhin in the future na medyo mahal, that's why you need to save, or even for long-term financial security. So let's take a look at this example. So Prince is a college student who works part-time at a coffee shop, earning 20,000 per month. After paying for his transportation, food, and school supplies, he manages to save 11,000 monthly. So just imagine, no, 20,000 yung kinikita niya per month and then 9,000 lang yung nagagastos niya for his expenses. And that's why he is able to save 11,000 a month. So Prince is saving this amount to surprise his girlfriend with a meaningful gift for their anniversary. He keeps his savings at home to ensure he doesn't spend it impetuously. So this scenario demonstrates savings because Prince, or the one in the example, sets aside money from his income with a specific goal in mind, showing thoughtful financial planning. This means that when you guys save, you ensure that you are prepared for both expected and unexpected financial needs. And I remember a line from Slater Young's podcast together with his wife, Chris Uy. They were actually talking about ano ba to, mga financially secured people. And they mentioned that financially secured people walk differently from people who are not financially secure. Like they can walk to the mall na parang walang iniisip na kahit makabasag sila, or kahit makatapon sila ng ganito, ganyan, kaya nilang bayaran because they are financially secured. And why? What is the root cause of that? They managed to save a portion of their money. So they use or they utilize the third area of personal finance, which is savings. Now let's go down to the fourth area of personal finance, which is investing. So investing is just like saving. But in investing, it is also using a portion of your savings to buy financial instruments to earn future income. So last first quarter, we have already discussed what are these financial instruments, di ba? So in investing, it is the act of allocating a portion of your savings into assets, or like I said, in financial instruments. So it has the goal of generating future income or increasing wealth over time. At ang pinagkaiba nito sa savings is that investing or investments prioritize security and liquidity. Investing involves a higher degree of risk but offers the potential for higher returns. Pero we are talking about investments, but do you guys know how investing works or how investment works? So basically, the first step is an individual sets aside a portion of their savings. And second, this money is used to purchase financial instruments or assets. Ano ba yung mga to? Pwede silang through stocks, through bonds, through mutual funds, through UITFs or unit investment trust funds, or of course through the real estates. And then last step is that through time or over time, the investment generates returns. Yan yung pinaka-favorite part natin, di ba? Pag kinikita na natin pabalik yung pera with, of course, higher returns. So this could be through periodic income, through interest or through dividends, or through an increase in the assets value. Now take a look at this example. So RuPaul, a single mother and a small business owner, has saved 50,000 pesos over the past year. She decides to invest 20,000 in shares to Royal Crown Construction Incorporated. Ru believes that over time the value of the company's stock will increase, helping her build a stronger financial foundation for her child's education and future needs. She plans to monitor her investment and reinvest any returns to maximize her investment. So since RuPaul is a single mother, so she is also planning for the future of her kids, not just for herself. That is why she decides to save or to invest 20,000 through Royal Crown Construction Incorporated. Although some investments are actually not guaranteed, and actually returns may vary from one investment to another, but that's just normal. But the importance of investment in personal finance is that investing helps individuals build wealth over the long term, achieving financial independence and secure a comfortable future. Di ba yun naman talaga ang goal natin, to be financially secure. Also, investing or investments complement savings by offering higher returns. Kapag sa saving, di ba, sometimes we just earn like at mataas na ngayon kapag mga annual interest rate na less than 5%, di ba yun sa mga digital banks natin. But in investing, since it has higher risk, so it has higher returns, not like savings. And last area of personal finance is protection. So protection refers to the methods people take to protect themselves from unexpected events such as illnesses or accidents and ways to preserve wealth. So meaning to say, basically, protection is just like a safeguard. It is like a safe, kaya nga safe yung ginawa kong GIF here sa ating PowerPoint. It it is the necessary measures taken to safeguard financial resources and assets from unexpected risks and potential losses. Di ba maraming yung iba na accident, yung iba nagkakaroon ng mga, like sa bahay, may mga natural disasters, nasisira, ganun. Or sometimes we have mga sakit. Yung iba nagkakaroon ng mga illnesses. So therefore, protection is essential to minimize the impact of such risks and ensure financial security. So how is protection applied in real life? So let me take a look at this scenario. So Lana Del Rey, a young artist, is living alone in New York City. Recently, she decided to purchase health insurance after learning about the rising medical costs in her area. She set aside $5,000 in an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses like car repairs or sudden medical bills. One day, Lana accidentally slips while walking home and injures her ankle. Thankfully, her health insurance covered her medical costs. So this scenario actually demonstrates protection as Lana took proactive steps to safeguard her health and finances against unexpected events like accidents and illnesses. Kasi di ba dun sa second bullet, nakalagay dun na parang nadapa siya accidentally or nadulas, ganon, while walking home. But she is able to recover and also nagamit niya yung kanyang health insurance to cover the medical expenses. Why is it important for people nowadays to have insurance? Number one, it mitigates financial risks. So protection strategies help reduce the financial impact of unexpected events. And number two, it preserves assets. So yung mga valuable assets natin like homes, cars are replaced or repaired after a loss kapag may mga protection or insurances tayo, preventing financial setbacks. And also, of course, last one, it provides peace of mind. So, kapag may protection ka or if you guys have insurance, it gives you peace of mind knowing that you are financially prepared for the unexpected. Na kahit ano man ang mangyari, you can recover because safe ka at protected ka. Alright, that you guys know what are the five areas of personal finance, now let's go down to the five stages of an individual's life. So, people generally go through stages in life. And 'di ba nagbabago yung mga preferences natin, yung mga gusto natin, yung mga wants natin, yung mga needs natin. And that is why it is important to consider these stages to determine yung mga priorities natin that are ever changing, the activities na nagbabago over time, and our sources of funds as well. So, knowing the five stages of an individual's life is very vital to effectively manage personal finances. All right. So number one is teenage years. So these are people ages 13 to 17 years old. So some of you, kasama pa dito sa teenage years. Kasi some of you, di ba, 17 pa lang. Although yung iba 18 na, but of course later kayo, the next stage. But yeah, when we talk about teenage years, at this stage, the individual's primary source of funds is the financial support or allowance provided by the immediate family. Because during the teenage year, an individual is usually just engaged in completing secondary school. That is just your priority, di ba? Prioritizing your education and also preparing yourself for college education or even yung iba, although rare circumstance lang siya, already entering the workforce or even after senior high school, gusto na nilang magtrabaho. So for teenagers, they get their financial sources from allowance and financial support from their parents or even sometimes from their immediate or close relatives. And the financial management goals that these teenagers have or people in the teenage years category have is to learn the basic management and develop healthy spending habits. So as early as that time, we are already being taught or we are already um, being cultivated upon the habit of saving. Because at this time, syempre, di ba, hindi naman parents na natin yung gumagastos para sa atin. Although sila yung bibigay ng mga pera sa atin. But, of course, it's our discretion. It's our decision na on how um, we spend these allowances. So of course, after teenagers, we have this next stage, which is young adulthood. So these are people ages 18 to 25 years old. So I know that most of you guys are already included in this stage. So during this stage, during young adulthood, the focus of personal finance management is gaining and maintaining financial independence. This stage already involves, getting a college degree or the diploma, getting a stable employment, or even starting a business. Those are your priorities during this stage. And even sa mga ibang countries or sa ibang mga lugar, they are already integrating the culture of independence. They are not relying on their parents' income or on the allowance from their parents, but rather they are already relying upon themselves to support their basic needs. So by this time, the young adult can now afford to live separately from their parents because of their profession and their source of income. During this stage as well, the young adult purchases assets that will satisfy his or her goals. So again, the financial sources for young adulthood is their allowance from employment or from their other sidelines and also their business revenues. And their goals or their financial management goals is to gain financial independence. So let's now go down to the third stage. So after teenage years and after young adulthood, we will now go down to starting a family. Okay? So as you can see, these are the people ages 26 to 45 years old. So you guys do not have to get pressured na wala pa kayong family at the age of 30 or even at the age of 35 because like I said, mahaba yung range niya. So you guys have a lot of years to even plan or to even save for this specific stage in your life. So at this stage, the focus of personal finance is to provide for the needs of one's own family, such as food, shelter, and then clothes. It includes planning for your children's education and family's activities such as vacations. So hindi na lang siya katulad ng teenage years na dahil ng teenage years, sariling pera nyo lang yung iniisip ninyo or yung allowance na lang sa parents ninyo yung iniisip ninyo. Or even sa young adulthood. Di ba yung binubuhay nyo lang sa young adulthood is yung sarili ninyo, and having a stable job or a stable income. Then starting a family, other people already depend on you. And mahal pong mag-raise ng isang anak, okay? Dahil hindi mo lang naman siya gagastusin pagkapanganak. You will have to cover or you will have to support him or her as he or she grow in life, okay? Habang siya ay tumatanda, responsibilidad po natin na alagaan at suportahan sila, okay? So, kasama na diyan yung food nila, yung shelter nila, yung clothes nila, yung education nila, and even kapag may mga extra savings tayo, of course, it is also necessary that we go on vacations paminsan-minsan, di ba? Local trips, mga ganyan, mga tours here in the Philippines, or if sometimes, pag medyo malaki yung savings, we can also go internationally. So, the financial sources of starting a family stage is from your employment, just like young adulthood, and then through business or through investments. And the financial goals or the financial management goals of starting a family is to provide for the needs of your family members. Okay, so nag-upgrade po siya. Hindi lang siya for ourselves. All right, so fourth one or second to the last one is planning to retire. So after starting a family, eto na yung tumatanda na tayo. Or yung parang medyo humihina na tayo or even sometimes yung ibang people nagkakasakit na. So you guys have to already plan your retirement. So these are people ages 46 to 64 years old. So at this stage, an individual enjoys the most considerable income as he or she has already grown professionally. So, di ba kapag nakikita niyo sa mga certain companies, yung mga top bosses or yung mga top management levels, sila yung mga ganitong edad na. Di ba sila na yung mga seniors natin. Yung mga principals natin, yung mga medyo matatanda na, yung mga heads natin, yung mga medyo may edad na, and even yung mga managers natin, yung iba medyo may mga edad na. That's why they are already stable with their with their professional growth and with their income. So at this stage, the children in the family may have already grown and have become independent financially. So at this stage, hindi na lang ikaw yung nagkakaroon ng pera or yung may source of income. Dahil medyo tataas na. or medyo matatanda na yung mga people na kasama rito, sometimes at this stage, matatanda na rin yung mga anak natin and they have also their sources of income. And there may also be fewer expenses on family members dahil nga may mga kasama na tayong nag-earn ng income sa family, so pwede na silang makatulong sa mga expenses ng family, ganyan. But also, in addition, meron din naman tayo mga personal expenses na dumadagdag dito sa stage na 'to, like personal medicines or maintenance medicines, so on and so forth. Alright, now let's go down to the last stage, which is retirement. So retirement, these are actually involving people from 65 years old and above, okay? So at this stage, makikita ninyo hindi na sila nagtatrabaho because they are already physically incapable or hindi naman incapable, like they chose to just to retire or to just rest kasi nga nakaipon na sila and they can just rely money on their pension funds. So during this stage, individuals rely on pensions as their primary sources of income. Siyempre, hindi mo na kayang magtrabaho just like before na sobrang dami pa ng energy ninyo, sobrang dami pa ng time, no, hindi na. That's why at this stage, these people may benefit from their investments and social services. So older persons need to maintain financial independence. So yung mga expenses ng people in this stage are the daily living expenses, including still yung medication, mga health maintenance, and of course, sometimes leisure. And also one exciting information or additional trivia about this stage is that retirement is the stage wherein individuals prepare their assets to be distributed or ipapamana yung kanilang mga assets among their heirs or sometimes sa mga favorite nilang anak, di ba? Just in the case of death or even unexpected events or circumstances. So at this stage, their primary financial sources are business, investments, and then of course yung sinabi ko, social services or pensions. And then their financial goals is just to maintain financial independence. All right, so just to reiterate, these are the 5 areas of personal finance: earning, spending, saving, investing, and debt protection. So at every stage of an individual's life, his or her financial needs, obligations, and sources will vary and evolve. Hindi po siya pare-pareho um, over any stage. Magkakaiba po sila. That is why financial decisions should ensure that the needs at every stage of life are met while simultaneously preparing for the next stage. And if you guys also wanted to recap or to review the financial sources and financial goals of every stage, you can just browse this very simple thing. All right, so that's the end of my PowerPoint presentation. I hope you guys learned something about personal finance. Also, I hope that you guys integrated what you learned in this lesson in your daily lives, okay? And in summary, guys, personal finance is the foundation for making smart money decisions that support both short-term needs and long-term goals, not just for individuals, but also for your families. Thank you so much and God bless.